When you're walking your path, it's very important to do so from your inner compass, from your intuition, from what you believe is the thing you need to be doing despite any outside opinion. To separate yourself and operate independently from the opinions of others is absolutely crucial. Just because things are normal and they're happening in the mainstream doesn't mean they're healthy, doesn't mean they're good for anyone. Collectively as humans, we're massively suffering from inherited traumas, ways of life that we thought were the right thing to do at the time. And as you know, you need to make a mistake to even learn from it. That's why we don't even consider them mistakes anymore. But you need to do something to realize whether you want to continue doing it or not doing it, or repeatedly do that thing to eventually come to the same conclusion to continue or to not do it. But the important thing to remember is you know what you need to do and you need to follow your heart and you need to be authentic and you need to speak from your heart regardless of who it may upset or offend, because it's really one of the only freedoms you will ever have. And are you being true to yourself in how you think and feel? Are you letting the outside world dictate what you think and what you feel? Do you feel that everything that you are is not as important as what may be going on outside you? Because the most important thing you can do is be in your own body, be in your own essence, be honest, be authentic, and get to the root of you. Live your life the way it makes sense to you, not the way that you've been told. And from this, everybody individually doing this, following their heart, speaking their truth, it begins to illuminate the truth of all situations, the truth of you, the truth of others. Um, I don't believe in censorship at all. I think it's I think the world has been silent long enough, and I think everyone's truth needs to be heard. And sometimes unfortunate situations may come out of truth being spoken, but it's kind of the same thing like, oh, I'm in a marriage and I'm cheating on my spouse, and if I tell the truth, it's going to be real nasty, like it's going to hurt some people. So we continue the lie. So we continue to shut up. We continue to play it safe. We continue to be practical. And from this, those consequences are coming. They're probably coming two or threefold. So I don't believe in holding back the truth to protect people or to keep them safe, because it's just perpetuating a lie which will eventually come out, and people will still be upset. It's like blocking a channel from someone. It's like, I don't want you watching this TV program, so I'm going to put the V chip and I'm going to block the channel. But you know what happens? That person's going to get access to that channel eventually. And instead of being educated about it, felt safe to come to one's own opinion, to understand what it means for them, and then make the best possible decision, we're put in a place where when something's kept from us, curiosity will arise. Like, I'm not religious, but it's like the story of Adam and Eve. It's like, yo, check out this apple, but don't eat it. Probably going to eat the apple. And why are they going to eat the apple? It's not to hurt anyone, but they're just curious about what the apple is. And we just need to know. That's why we live in life. That's why we experience things. That's why we form opinions based on our experience that are always changing. So be in your truth. Don't worry about who it upsets. People are going to be upset with you one way or another. And here's the thing, you find your tribe, you vibe your tribe. So when you start being yourself in the world and you break out of the box that people may want to keep you in, probably because they keep themselves in the same box, and you breaking out of that box illuminates that it is possible. And this is going to reflect to other people who keep themselves in a box. It's going to either awaken them now or later. It may piss them off for the moment too, and they may rebel and reject that notion. They may attack you for disproving their story. So, you know, against all odds is very important just to be true to your heart and realize the people and the relationships you feel you may have lost from being your authentic self, those were already lost. They've just been clarified now. Those terms and bounds were already there. The threshold had just not been approached yet. The line had not been crossed to determine the rules and bounds and the structures that were already there. And not being that being said, you know, rules and structures aren't always kept in place. I change my mind all the time, as does everyone else. It's part of the process. So not to hold to things too tightly in a non-fluid way, to be like, yo, this is this and this is that. Be very careful with that because your opinion may change. And hold on to the opinion you have if it resonates with you, for sure. But we're all going through processes. We're all going through messy things. We're all exploring. We're all cultivating. So keep that in mind and just do you. Just worry about you. And the right people will come. The people who are not meant for you will fall away. And when you let them go, you release the outcome. The right people will show up in your life. But ask yourself, are you showing up for you? What do you care about? What are your values? You know, this is the season to come back into ourselves. And it's always a great time for that because we are all we have. And we must live for the way that's true for us. We must set that example for other people. You know, we teach it because we embody it, because we harness that energy signature. People feel that. People feel you all the way across the world. People feel your energy. We're all connected. So keep being true and know the right people are going to come and know you're always going to be opposed by someone for something. It doesn't matter what you're doing or what you say. And it's not you. And just to not take it personally, right? And maybe people need to oppose stuff now to not oppose it later. That's part of their polarity process. You know, hold space for people in polarity. Hold space for yourself when you're in polarity. Trust that everything will come into fruition the way it needs to.